ML Sports Take here, brought to you by our great friends over at Carvel of North Syracuse and MyHotTub.com. The New York Yankees are limping into the All-Star break, to say the least. You go back to last weekend, they win the first two games in powerful fashion at Fenway Park. Then they blow multiple leads. They lose games 3 and 4. Then they lose 2 of 3 to the Reds after a day off on Monday. And now, in a series that has already started against their rival Boston again in the Bronx, they've lost the first game. They were down 4-3, come back, climb back to tie it 4-4, and then a wild pitch of Michael King, and terrible defense throughout the entire game, really the entire week by the Yankees, and spotty, really shaky starting pitching, which I warned people about in the beginning of this year. I didn't expect anything from this team this year because I thought they lacked starting pitching. They haven't proved anything, and they're terrible runners in scoring position. Oh, by the way, last night, 2 times with the bases loaded, double plays both times. The Yankees cannot get out of their own way lately, and listen, they're still a solid team. They're in first place by a mile in the AL East. I get all that. Houston lost last night, so if there's some kind of thing that you want to take away to feel good if you're a Yankee fan, Houston lost to Oakland last night. The Oakland A's are absolutely pathetic. But that's baseball. You're going to lose games. The Yankees just lost 2 or 3 to the Cincinnati Reds. But they have been exposed. This has been a week that is very frustrating. Lack of pitching, lack of hitting with runners in scoring position, terrible defense. These are all things that weren't happening earlier in the year. And now you have Luis Severino on the injured list. You've got Jameson Taillon, who hasn't thrown these kind of innings. He's also been laboring a lot, not giving him as much. Nestor Cortez had a few bad starts before a good one this past week. Really, now we're only kind of into the area of, counting on Garrett Cole at this point in the rotation, because all these other guys have either been injured, will get injured, are injured, or have not thrown, this many innings. And that pretty much is the entire staff outside of Garrett Cole. So a lot of worry, I think, for the Yankees right now. Not panic, but worry, concern. They have holes to fill. They got to get rid of Joey Gallo. You need to go get an outfielder. You need to go out and get, I think, another starting pitcher without question. And if I'm Brian Cashman, I'm not. Wish I were, because I'd be GM of the team. I would absolutely positively shop the farm system at this particular point. If you've won over 60 games, before the All-Star break, and you're in first place by a mile, and you're that close, but I still think they're behind Houston, you got to go out and get a starter, because they're not going to beat Houston in a 7-game series in the postseason. I'll tell you why. Verlander, Urquidy, right? Framber Valdez, Luis Garcia, all those guys go 6, 7, 8 innings. They're all durable. They're all better. They're all stronger than the Yankee pitchers. And the Astros have proved to be there, to have been there and done that before. Granted, I know they cheated in 2017, but they're still a really, really good team. They're a great team, in fact, and they don't need to cheat. They didn't need to cheat then. I think they would have won the World Series without cheating. And so we'll have to see what happens as we move on here. But the Yankees have been exposed this week, and there's still plenty of baseball left this year, but they need to, come out and win at least one of these last 2 games and just hit the reset button. And then the All-Star break ends and the fun begins again. A better Orioles team, doubleheader out of the gate against Houston in Houston. Mets, it's not going to be easy. So the Yankees have got to get their shit together. ML Sports Take here, brought to you by Stanley Law Offices, Rosie's Corner, Burton's Hardware, and our great, great friends over at Bowers & Company CPAs. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and as I always tell you, enjoy the games.